Hello, good morning. This is Naz from NB Network Lessons. Hope everyone's doing okay and in high spirits. Date today is September 2nd, 2024, and we're going to solve another problem under probability and statistics. So here's the problem. There are 20 people who are running for a student union elections, right? In how many ways you can have president, vice president, and treasurer? Okay, so that is the question. So then what I did was that I basically said, let's go ahead and have three columns, column number one, column number two, column number three. And we have three events, right? We have three events. In the first event, we're selecting a president. In the second event, we are selecting the vice president. And in third event, we are selecting a treasurer. Okay. So question is, in how many ways you can have select a president? Obviously 20 ways. Okay. All right. So if you've selected president, then in how many ways you can have a VP elected? 19 ways, right? 19 ways. And then in how many ways can you elect treasurer? Obviously 18 ways. Okay. There's no rocket science to that. Now, remember I told you the formula M1 ways M1 ways multiplied by M2 ways multiplied by M3 ways will give you the answer. Okay, M1 is 20 multiplied by 19 multiplied by 18 gives you 6,840 permutations, or I'm going to write it down perms for short. Okay. So how easy was that? It's pretty easy, right? So basically, permutations of n elements. Okay. I'm talking about, let me write this down. Perms of n elements. What is an element? Okay. In this case, there are 20 elements because we specified there are 20 people right here are running for the election. Okay, so then we have 20 elements. So then there is a formula which basically says permutations of n elements taken r at time. The formula is n p r is equal to n factorial over n minus r factorial. Okay, r is nothing but number of events. Okay, r is nothing but events. In this particular case, r is going to be 3 because we have three events. Event 1 we are selecting president, event 2 we are selecting vice president, event 3 we are selecting treasurer. So n permutations, pr stands for permutations, and factorial, this is something which I'm introducing you. Factorial means nothing. If you have, let's say, 5 factorial, right? This is a sign, you put a sign, an exclamation mark. That just means 5 time, 4 time, 3 time, 2 time, 1. If this was 2 factorial, it would be 2 times 1. Okay. So then n permutations is equal to n factorial over n minus r, which is basically events. So if I do that, then in this case, you have how many elements? N represent elements. So it's given 20, okay, factorial over 20, this is n, minus 3. 3, remember I told you the number of events, you know, and then we have factorial of that. So if you solve that, basically it comes out to be over 20 factorial over 17 factorial. If you solve that, you get the same answer, 6, 8, 4, 0 permutations. Okay, I'm just writing PR, abbreviation for permutations. One last thing which I want to mention before I close out this section is 0 factorial. What is 0 factorial? Okay, so if you have something like n and you have from np is equal to n factorial over n minus n factorial. Okay, all right, that means the n elements and the events are same. Okay, let's say if in this example I would have said there are only 3 people running for president, vice president, and treasurer, so then the number of elements would be 3. So in that case it would have been n factorial over n minus n is 0, 0 factorial. So in statistics, always remember, always remember that 0 factorial is 1. Always remember that. So that's all I wanted to mention in this particular uh, section. So take a look at this, maybe watch it a couple of times. It'll make sense to you. If you have any questions, please contact me and I'll be more than happy to answer any questions. Take care of yourself. See you next time.